Hello everyone! It's the episode review, baby! Alright, we got a lot to talk about, a lot. Now when I say a lot, I mean a lot. Brave Valkyrie got a review. I'm on the picture of Brave Valkyrie. So first of all, episode 1 and 2 were launched. Now if you are confused, as I'm about to explain before we break down this, by the way, get this video to 1,000 likes, please. I beg you, I beg. And I'm going to break down everything. First of all, if you want to know how to watch these episodes, get a VPN and go to the Koro YouTube channel. 3 a.m. EST, I believe, is the time. It comes out early in the morning. After, you can just watch it with a VPN. I have to warn you, every time with an episode review, something important happens. I probably will spoil it. I'm sorry to say that, but you know, that's how I'm going to do it. The episodes are 11 minutes in total, only for this occasion because it is 2 protagonists. They are doing 2 episodes at once, so please keep that in mind. We got a lot of info to go over. First of all, Brave Valkyrie has a bound gimmick like God Valkyrie, along with a lot of rubber. The parts are 2A with Evolution Dash. 2A means it is a double chassis. If you are wondering, a double chassis means you can't customize with discs, and Evolution Dash, well, I called it, and I'm happy to be right. And we're just gonna go over it. The new opening. First of all, I'm gonna say right now, sparking is the same. It's gonna be the same length like GT. If you were wondering, it is gonna be the same length. There's not gonna be anything like, you know, it's gonna be like before, where we got 20 minutes or was it 22 minutes, right? But it's besides the point. Let's talk about the episode. Okay. Sorry, I just had to process it. Okay, so first of all, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm not kidding with you. This is not like a facade. I'm actually still in awe of this episode. I think I was tearing up. I couldn't tell if I was tearing up because of the fact I wasn't blinking. Because watching the episode, I'm not joking, by the way. I'm not giving hyperbole. Like, I'm serious. I was so happy just seeing like Valt back, Silas back, and Rantaro back. I felt so joy just seeing them there. Now, if you're wondering how this story works, Hyuga and Hikaru are going to go challenge the best bladers in the all of Beyblade Burst universe, right? That's how it's going to work. So the thing is, and I was thinking about this, and you can tell me what you think. I don't really think that Valt's going to be undermined or anyone is. I think what's going to happen is that they're going to be like mentors, and I'm going to explain why, because we actually see a little bit of this in the preview. They're going to be like mentors to Hyuga and Hikaru, and I feel like they're going to get respected. Now, the series will still be short like GT. It's 52 episodes in total. Now, going over this, we did get the profiles on the site for them. Valkyrie, by the way, I believe has Brave Turbo for one of the moves and has Rush Shoot. The new Satan, we actually do see the parts, and I do have a little bit of bad news for Ranjiro's Glide, which I really hate. But Cursed Satan, Glide Ragnarok, we're going to go back to that one, hold on. Sorry, I'm just getting flashbacks. Alright, so get this, hold on. Cursed Satan is the name. That is the new name for Satan. The parts are 1D, which is a single chassis, and it is with Hurricane and a new performance tip. It is not Yard nor Yard Metal. I'll get to that in a second. Glide Ragnarok is seen right there. Now, if you're wondering, the random booster comes with a white super ring of Glide and an orange chip of Ragnarok. I was worried this was going to be Ranjiro's Ragnarok, and sadly it is. I'm sure in the CGI it won't look good, and I really hate it. I don't like that idea that Ranjiro gets that. I mean, the manga, I guess it makes sense, but it's really just dumb color scheme. I would have preferred it if maybe they just went with... They should have just gave, like, it should have been either completely with, I don't know. Maybe it looked good in real life when spinning. It kind of sucks, and that is actually Ranjiro's one, because they do show off Satan in the opening. Going over, I'm kind of going over this, but with the Satan, this is actually the new tip, and anybody who dunked on Hasbro, Hasbro sucks. Guess what? TT just made a Hypersphere driver. Don't debate, don't argue, that is a Hypersphere driver. Now, TT did it. I feel like for every time, like, people made fun of Turbo for not having the metal, and then after Union Achilles just had no metal. I feel like TT's giving us karma or something. People made fun of Hypersphere drivers, and then after the new Satan literally just has a Hypersphere driver. This is like karma. This is karma. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's like anytime you make fun of Hasbro, you try to joke with TT, it's like, all right, bet. It's in the anime now. What are you gonna do about it, huh? Huh? So, going over it now. It is so cool seeing Valt, Rantaro back. Going over actually the new opening, beautiful CGI. And the opening was so good. You see Collide Ragnarok there. You see Satan, and if you're gonna notice, the chassis I don't think is a part off. I don't think is off it, but you do see it is gonna have a black Hurricane. Looks like it's a solid black, and it is a new tip. It is not Yard. It does look like Yard. You are correct if you're gonna say it looks like Yard, but it is a new tip. Going over it, yeah, I did another screenshot of the thing. It's basically a Hyper thing. It is a little bit weird in the anime though, and I noticed this when I was watching. It was a little bit white. The opening song is way better than the Gotchi one. I don't know if it's on par with Super Z's opening or Cho Z's opening, but it's great. We see visuals of them. We see the sparking logo come. And the cool thing about this whole thing is that you have to master the sparking shoot or the sparking launch. It's when you basically rip hard and it comes out. We actually see them actually sparking. This is their group of friends right there. I tried to get them. They look very cool as a cast. I do hope that female blader there actually does have a Bey. Or at least has maybe some sort of arc like Ichika had. Now, the very interesting thing is this. We actually maybe get a glimpse into what the project, or what is it? The codename L is. We see this dark menacing force. They both go up against it. This is what I'm talking about when there's kind of like sparking up. They're both powering up, and they're both going against some dark and evil Bey. We don't see what it is. Most likely it is just like a dark versions of their Bey, but I actually think this is supposed to be the antagonist here. We do get a glimpse into the avatar of Hyperion, Helios and Hyperion. If I get a mistaken whenever I say names, I apologize. We see Silas, Free de la Hoya, Louis, Iga, Shu, and Valt. And it starts off at the restaurant. So if you saw my manga review, this pretty much kind of pans out in the same way. A few differences, but not really. So their mother and father own a restaurant. So before, basically, they're just, I guess they're just going to like some tournament thing and the mom's waking them up, I guess. But originally they were serving in a restaurant, and Hyuga, the one right here, the one with the red hair, I think they were eating like the food they were serving and they got in trouble, I believe, or something along those lines. Very funny. So if you're wondering, Hyuga is going to be hot-headed. He's going to be like, kind of like the more aggressive one, and Hikaru is the one who's a lot more strategic. I think that's a cool dynamic, having sort of like a smart one, and not really a dumb one, but you know what I mean. It's a cool dynamic to have. You get this really funny pose with Hikaru. They're watching, and the first battle we see is with Valt, Rantaro, and Silas, or Cisco, if you want me to use the name. So we do get a glimpse into the parts of the Beys. So looking at this, we have the new Satan. It's going to have 1D, that is a single chassis. And we're going to have Valkyrie with 2A, that is a double chassis evolution dash. Ragnarok, we already know. To be honest, seeing Brave Valkyrie, I honestly think it's worth the wait, and I'm not joking. When they launched the Beys, they launched it with such force. So basically what the sparking launch is, even though it doesn't really make any sense in real life, basically means when you launch the launcher hard, the sparks come out. So think of that as sort of like the Turbo Awakening in like the regards that when you get it, you accomplish like a lot of power. It was so cool seeing Valkyrie launch. It's like, oh, and I like this cool thing where like you actually see them talking and you see the commentary in the thing. Oh, and you see Silas with his Satan and everything, and you see Ragnarok and they're clashing. And they're clashing actually really hard. Rantaro is going for it. Valkyrie goes for the rush shoot. And you can see what I mean about the white part on the Satan's tip. It's all purple, but then after it changes to white, that might be just a lighting thing. I don't really know. Look what I mean. You see how you see it's clearly a white ball there, but then after it isn't, which is very weird if you understand what I mean. Like it goes back and forth. So Satan does like the roller drift thing that it's had, and it's going to attack. And Ragnarok does like the typhoon thing, the hurricane thing, and then after Valkyrie does Brave Turbo. It was exciting. They're really happy. We see actually better look in the CGI for 2A. They're going over like the Beys and everything. They're excited and they want to challenge Valt, but they don't have a Bey. So they make their Bey. So similar to the manga, I have my own thing on chapter 1, just search it if you can find it. As Hikaru is making his Bey, Hyuga is daydreaming, actually makes his own Bey. Because he sees Hyperion through like a vision or like a dream. Hyperion? Sorry, I keep on mixing it up, I apologize. Then after they get their Beys ready and they're practicing, and the first episode ends with them bursting the Bey. So, normally, this would have just been the first episode. You see the Valt thing, and then after they make their Beys. Okay, second episode, they're going to be challenging Valt. As far as when this will eventually get localized for dubbing, it'll just be the same thing. To be honest, I like this a lot. You see them all in the gym. It's so funny. So Ranjiro takes off his, like, his jacket, his cape thing, and then Silas has no shirt on, and Valt just has everything on. This is funny. They challenge him, and they do a little funny thing with the John Ken thing. So John Ken is like, John Ken, and it's just rock, paper, scissors. It's really funny. First, it's Hyuga and Rantaro judging the match, looking at the Beys, and they launch it. So Hyuga did not do a sparking launch. Valt did, and the sound effects sound so good when he launches it. So if you were thinking that this was going to be something stupid like Valt losing, it is not, thankfully. They go for it, and Valt literally knocks his Bey back, and it bursts. Silas is always disappointed in him. He seems very weak. And at first he looks sad, like, Valt's like, hey, are you okay? And he's angry, and he's like, give me another one. I want to do another match. Very funny, and Hikaru's like, no, it's my turn. He goes with his Bey, King Helios. I'm going back and forth. Holds his Bey. Valt has a menacing aura. Launches Bey, and Hikaru actually does do the sparking launch. Sparking launch just means when you get the sparks out. Zone does this thing where it kind of pivots, and it does actually do that in real life, but not obviously to the extent that it's actually happening. Valkyrie gets knocked back, and it has the bounce gimmick. So put this in your head. Valkyrie has rubber, and it has the God Valkyrie gimmick in the same. It's amazing. Valkyrie goes for it, knocks it back, and he thinks he won because he attacked, and he fails. Valt has this cool animation where it's going all out. The new Valkyrie avatar, I like it way more than Slash. It looks so well designed. I mean, it says that the art on the face does not look good. Valt goes for it, goes for the attack, and bursts it, beats it. So this is what I like. So by the way, the following episode, Rantaro is mentoring them, I guess. They're gonna battle each other, and you see Ranjiro! The ending has Valt. Can you hear me clicking a lot because it goes to these images? Rantaro, Silas, free, my boy. I can't wait for that episode. Louis, Shu, Aiga, Rantaro, and the coolest thing is that when you see Aiga running with Drum, he pushes Drum forward, and it's like symbolism because Aiga was the protagonist. Then after it was Drum, and then after it was Hikaru and Hyuga. So as far as everything else is concerned, that's it. The following week, expected to just be one episode. It's just gonna be episode 3. Episode 3, then after the week following, 4, following, blah, 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 blah. You get the idea. My thoughts on Sparking is this is going to be great. Now, at first, I wasn't going to say it was going to be great because, you know, we don't know. And to be honest, like, GT was all right, if anything. The reason why I think Sparking is going to be good is I feel they're going to utilize the characters properly. They're going to... When I saw that battle, I got vibes from Beyblade Burst God at the start. I think if they keep on this track, if they're able to give the characters, like, they make them feel like the characters we know, then I think this series is going to be great. I honestly would say that this series... I keep on saying, I'm sorry. I'm really, like, fanboying right now, and I apologize. It's going to be good. If you're wondering about any stuff of news, just, I'll probably have some videos out eventually. But that is it for now. Thank you all for watching. Have an awesome and amazing day.